में निहा तेरी यादों का तेरी याद में निहा तेरी यादों का तेरी याद में निहा तेरी याद 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 तेरी याद.
Yo, what is up, man? It's
What's
the Hesi Podcast. It's me, Sturls, and my dog, my Negro. For real. Russ.
I just feel like
I
just feel like deep down, you and some of the other people watching are only happy today because y'all know what I gotta do.
Oh yeah. You definitely got to pay the piper today, nigga.
Yeah, I do. but with that being said, you know what I'm saying?
One. How many you got? How many you got? How many you supposed to do?
I think I'm supposed to do 7, but I don't think I may only got like 5.
5 will work, 5 will suffice.
Do
you want to space them out throughout the show? Because if you do
I'm not gonna do them all at once.
You die.
I'm not gonna do them all at once. No, I'm not gonna do them all at once.
Now,
but I will. But
those
I will
of you who are tuning in, hold on, because Russ lost a bet. My man's lost a bet. And what was that bet? You want to let everybody know how you got on this?
Okay. So I'm a person that walks himself into stupid situations when people move goalposts, but I find the fun in it. You know what I'm saying? I root for the underdog. So this all started, you know what I'm saying, when me and a couple homies was talking, and one of my homies was calling Baker Mayfield a bum. And I said, I bet you that bum makes the playoffs. And then my homie said, all right, he ain't going to do that shit. And I said, he'll win the division. You know what I'm saying? And God be willing, God behold, the motherfucker did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm live. 2 of my homies gave me credit. One that I needed to. He still won't to this day, and he probably won't. But so as we get on the show, him and another one of his flunkies get in here in the chat, and you and Poe and Dollars and Matt got me live, and I said, I bet you he beats Detroit really deep down in my heart. That was gonna happen. Now, what I did say about the receivers did happen, but with Mike Evans being able to get his do his thing, I say myself a pause. But he lost. I said I'd take 7 shots. I'm probably not gonna give y'all 7 shots. I'm not gonna lie like that. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do that. And that's one, because I'm just not trying to do that right now. And number 2 is because I looked in the stash and there wasn't no brown. So you know what I'm saying? I'm drinking some vodka. Shit tastes like motherfucking Maverick Creek Apartments. You know. But yeah, I got out of bounds for him today. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you can give him the rundown, and I'll just take these shots as we go.
All right. So on tonight's show, we're going to talk a little NBA. We haven't talked much NBA on this show just because things kind of tend to heat up, as we go along, and we've had a couple events that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk some NFL divisional round results, some heartbreak for me. Talk about that and what to look forward to this weekend with the games coming up. We are down to the conference championship games, and the Buffalo Bills are not in it, so fuck the Chiefs. But and then and we're going to talk about Jim Harbaugh and Michigan. We're going to do that as well. So, which wasn't necessarily on the scope of topics, but because it's breaking news, we got to talk about it. So. Let's go on and get the NBA stuff out the way, okay?
All right.
Now, Adrian Griffin for the Bucks was fired, and just out of the blue, it felt like as soon as they announced he was fired, rumors swirled that Doc Rivers was going to take the job, and there were some jokes out there that said that Adrian Griffin was bullying Thanasis, saying that he was an insurance policy and a disgrace to be in the NBA. And Giannis was like, you got to go. And then there's the truth. And Russ, you know, there it's hard to say because we don't know this factually.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think? Are there Well, first of all, let the listeners know what the actual rumor was. I saw you tweet about this earlier. Something that
Man,
was
I don't even. No, I'm not like. No, I'm not even gonna get into that because I was asking around like, is this true? Because that's something that if it is true, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna wait for that to pop up. So if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Sorry for you, but there was an incident with him and a child, and not anything gross or nothing, but you know what I'm saying. But I don't think it was that. I think that was just someone reaching like really far back. Because once I heard the Thanasis story, and once I heard the Giannis story, and then once I thought about Dame and Dame saying, I just think that altogether they just didn't like this nigga. Like I think as a team, and then to see them tonight, dancing around. So I think I think someone was reaching with the whole maybe get arrested thing, and we'll see. But I think it was really. I think he probably really did say something to that or things of that effect about Thanos the whole time. I mean,
yeah.
the coach as a coach, he's like I got all these basketball players and this motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, and he gets to be here because his brother's the shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like so like he didn't want to, he didn't know he got fired for not wanting to play his brother for telling that man he shouldn't be in the league, for probably telling him in practice, I wish I could trade you. Like family's not that important, you know what I'm saying? So and I also think that I think that Dame didn't like, and I'll get more into who I think they should have hired as a coach. I think Dame didn't like, because it's damn sure not Doc. I think Dame just didn't like the way the offense was and how it moved and flowed with him being the new addition, and with the fact that he was kind of being like, I want to say not, he was kind of being singled out on defense. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you watched, it was like, oh, they don't have Drew no more. They can't D up. And the only person you look at is Dame. And it's like, yeah, but they didn't get him to D up. They got him to get buckets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the proper time. And so all around, I think it was just a culmination of shit that just was like, yeah, you can coach. We don't want you. And like I was, it's also in the comparison kind of to back in the day when the Dallas Mavericks had Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson was a good coach. You know what I'm saying? He took us to the Western Conference Finals, to the finals. Yeah, we lost, but he took us there. But you know what?
Right.
Dirk liked him. Like Dirk didn't like him as a coach. Dirk didn't like the fact he kept asking Dirk to play defense. And Dirk like, man, that's not what I do. And the moment he leaves, they get a new coach, and Rick Carlisle says, "Get me Tyson Chandler." You know what I'm saying? And then it starts to work out. So I just think that I just think that Adrian Griffin didn't fit in there. I think he's a guy that's gonna have to get hired by a team that's like just down in its shits and down in its dumps, hasn't picked his first overall pick yet. And if he was the coach that got to build it up by himself, I think he'd be able to build a champion, because they were second in East, they were 30-13, and he was coaching a bunch of guys that didn't like him. So only imagine if he got to draft his own players and he had a bunch of guys that would galvanize around him. So you know what I'm saying? Niggas in Detroit need a nigga like that.
It seems it seems they do. It does seem a little premature for Dame to come in and have influence to start calling shots. We're talking about Giannis being an NBA champion. It's his city, his team. And I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Dame and the player, but you just got there. Like, so part of me feels like, bro, you should just kind of just let things kind of flow. I mean, that doesn't mean you can't have an opinion or whatever. I mean, you look at this team and they winning record, but I guess chemistry matters. But if things aren't, and I think Giannis has everything to do with this fire. Giannis just probably didn't like him, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I can almost, the way that they're dancing and the way that these stories are coming out, I can 100% guarantee you, Giannis was like, I don't like this nigga. He make fun of my brother, and he don't coach defense like the last guy we had that we won a championship with, and he doesn't know how to use one of the best fucking point guards in the league. And yeah, I think he was just, like I said, a culmination of things. But it's gonna. I was about to say it's gonna be interesting to see if they win, but they're not. On to the next topic. Their coach they hired, man,
Right.
they gonna lose a proper 3, bro.
Doc Rivers. That this is what you wanted to do. Doc Rivers.
Decisions, Sterling. Like, some people make bad. I would really, really want to know what kind of interview process this man had. I'm happy though for it, because I love to see a nigga fail up. You know what I'm saying? We always see other people fail up, and we never get the chance to. So I love to see a nigga fail up. But we all know. Doc. but we know how this story is going to end. It is, and you know what I'm saying? It's not even hating. We can go read. It's just the truth in reading. Like, you're probably going to do really good, guys, towards the end of the season, and then when the going gets tough and the games get tight, y'all gonna lose a 3-1 lead and be devastated and wonder what the fuck is going on. When you should have reached out to Terry Stotts, in my opinion. I don't know if he's coaching somewhere else, but I believe Terry Stotts would have been the guy that should have been the coach, because I think that the way I think about things is like, the only team that was able to dominate or beat Dame Lillard in the time span where he had the best Portland team was a 73 win team that had KD and the Warriors.
Right.
So if it was up to me, I wouldn't go get the motherfucker that loses 3-1 leads. Like, it's like he just does it. That's just what he does. Like, it's game 7. Yes, thank you. It's game 7. He is going to lose game 7 for sure. It's just what he does. Then he's going to throw his players under the bus, and then he's going to disappear into the night. That's what Doc Rivers does. He just loses and disappears into the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Mark Jackson would be a great one too. But I think Mark Jackson's to the point in his life now where he's like, man, these niggas don't want me. Fuck them. Like, I don't want them either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not like a big proponent from Mark Jackson. I'll tell you who would be perfect. And it's probably not possible, but I would say Rick Carlisle would be a perfect fit.
He's in Indiana still.
He is. I know. He's
and they are. Yeah, they are. And who's whooping the Bucks' ass?
The Pacers. You know, I'm a big
fan over
Rick Carlisle, man. But you know, I guess it doesn't really matter who your coach is when you have two of the best players in the NBA. Just ask LeBron James. That's shot number 2, folks. By the way,
that's 3.
That's 3. Oh,
who this shit tastes like Chisholm Hall?
So I don't know, man, but Adrian Griffin got fired. They hired Doc Rivers it felt like within minutes. They fired Griffin knowing that Doc accepted the job, and they just announced it a couple hours later. Like,
I want to know why, though. Sterling, I'm sorry, and I know I harp on things sometimes, but bro, why? Why the fuck you want that dude? Like, he is literally like the toss that gets all of her boyfriends arrested at the end of the relationship, and she popped open and you said, yeah, I'm gonna date her. No, someone should have been in that room when they was picking coaches. When Doc Rivers came on the screen and a guy said, I think, no, take him on the screen. Next coach, we will not put Doc Rivers in a position to fail for us. Hell no. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It makes no sense. It's a travesty. I'm sorry. Doc might think I'm hating, but I'm not hating. It's in the words of the great American poet Roderick Davis. It's not a diss record. It's the truth. Damn it, Doc. Bro. You lose 3-1 leads like little kids lose socks. Nigga, game 7s are your worst enemy.
This is his 5th team that he's coached. Now, 5th. Now, this is a guy that has over 1,000 wins in his career. 1,000. Which is crazy. I mean, this dude's coached a lot of teams. You know, he'll probably go down as one of the top 15 coaches in NBA history, just on sheer amount of games. I mean,
he's a
good regular season coach, but like we mentioned, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to winning the championship or the crunch time, he just pisses down his leg. I mean, you know, that's not a guy that I want to go to war with, Doc Rivers. And if you're in the East, if you're the 76ers, if you're the Heat, you got to be licking your chops right now, because you know that in the NBA coaching matters. You can have all the talent, but coaching has to play a part. It's a third of the success wheel, and he handicaps you. He handicaps you big time.
I think in the NBA, in all sports, but especially in the NBA, people want to act like having a good coach doesn't matter, but it does. Like, and he's the guy, like, the players take on the personality of their coach. Mm-hmm. And in big moments, he shells up, and all of his teams shell up except for the one that had KG on it. So, I mean, like, you had KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, 3 of the non-chokingest niggas ever. They're not fitting to choke. Like, you got to beat them, and you won with them, and that was awesome. But you went out there with Kawhi Leonard, who won with being the only nigga in Toronto, Paul George, and you went out there and lost with that team. Then you went out there and lost with Joel. You were part of the implosion of the 76ers.
Yeah.
Like, you were part of, and then my favorite one, one of my favorite players, no disrespect to Dirk, because I love you, but one of my favorites, Tracy McGrady. I remember it feels good to get out the first round of the playoffs. Not if Doc's your fucking coach. It's not. And then let's not forget, this is also the man that decided to say, Tim Duncan, you are not worth private jets and your family being able to use the team plane. You're not worth it. You are the best power forward to ever play this game. And you are the only one that we can look at to say that, yeah, that nigga beat Kobe and Shaq multiple times. And he beat LeBron at his best. And he beat D Wade. Oh, shit, they were on the same team. Oh, yeah, that nigga couldn't get a plane for him and his family. So, like, Doc Rivers, you are the all-time fucker up or fucking up shit. Like, as it comes to basketball teams and basketball, you just have some good game plans. But in the end, we know how this is going to end. It's the same story.
I got some candidates for you.
What's up?
Candidate. I mean, obviously they picked a guy,
some better candidates
who are available.
Some better candidates.
You tell me. I'll name the guy. You tell me yay or nay. How about that?
Are we talking about it? Is it against Doc? Because if it's against Doc, they're all yay.
Okay, but you at least got to hear it. You got to see it.
I'm still gonna do it. I got it.
Okay, you ready?
Let's start the yay or nay.
Kenny Atkinson. So he was okay. Nets. He with the Nets. Okay.
Yep.
How about David Fizdale?
Yay.
Okay. David Fizdale was Memphis Grizzlies coach in 2017.
They not gonna rook us. They not gonna rook us. Team takes the persona of the coach. David Fizdale should have a job right now, but we not gonna speak on it. But yay.
Here's a really good one. This is a really good one. Sam Cassell.
Yay. For sure,
right?
Yay.
Yeah.
Sam Cassell NBA
champion. He's been doing the damn thing for a long time, man. Right?
Let's slap a nigga first and then say yay. Like
I think he's with the Celtics right now.
He's still waiting he's still waiting to get his opportunity, and he's gonna get it, but it's just that he should have it right now. But that's a yay.
Yeah, that nigga ugly, but he needs to be a coach.
Oh yeah, he's Schmiegel for sure. Precious. Hey, ugly, but who?
Now this one is a controversial one, and I would probably say nay, but Jeff Van Gundy.
Yay.
Okay, Jeff Van Gundy over Doc
because you know why? Because unless it's Michael Jordan, Jeff or Reggie Miller on a hot streak, Jeff Van Gundy ain't gonna lose in Game 7. There's something that's gonna be real in common with all these coaches that I'm gonna say at the end of your list. It's gonna make sense in the end, but y'all know what it is. Go ahead, though.
But Van Gundy at least has the personality to relate to superstars. I think.
Yeah, no, Jeff Van Gundy. I think the only reason Jeff Van Gundy is not coaching is because he don't want to.
Yeah,
man. Okay, Joshua Bradshaw. I love you, man. He's a disgruntled Rockets fan, so we can continue.
Not far from the tree, Stan Van Gundy.
No, okay, that's a nay. That's because he's basically white Adrian Griffin. His teams hate him, don't like him, and just are like, bro, Stan, we should do things this way. Nah, bro, I'm gonna do it the wrong way. Like Stan loves to ice skate uphill in regular shoes.
I can't stand that dude, man. Dave Yorger. Okay, so he coached the Memphis Grizzlies when they had Zach Randolph. Okay, now he hasn't had a team since then, since the 2019 Kings.
He's gonna get an A. Damn, I couldn't go 100%.
He is a guy that has been rising in the coaching ranks. But when you coach the Kings in 2019, I mean, you're gonna get forgot about. So those are the top candidates. For
he's gonna get an A, but
yeah, I mean So I don't know, man. Like we feel like there were better candidates available. I would say out of that list, man, I like Sam Cassell the most. Sam Cassell's dope.
Yes, I'll give you Sam. Because
I think he deserves a chance.
That's why. Honestly, that's why. It doesn't really matter what the fuck the rest of these guys do because we've all seen y'all fail. We have not seen Sam Cassell get a chance to go and fail.
Yeah, so, I would like to see him get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's that. Hell no to Stan. Yeah, no, nigga, I agree. Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid just destroyed the San Antonio Spurs and Wemby. He made that boy look regular.
Hey, first night in prison,
bruh.
You pretty,
Joel
Victor.
Embiid was not playing
At all. I love it
Yeah,
though. At all. I love it though. I think the game is missing this now, and I think that when you see a guy like Joel Embiid, and the fact that Joel Embiid, this is one thing I do like about him, because I'll talk my shit. Like in the playoffs, he does get tired, but I think him not having James Harden team is going to give him James Harden on his team is going to give him a boost. And yes, he does. He probably wants the MVP, but I don't think he really cares about this. The thing that I saw in this that made me like it the most was the fact that he saw you are the new. What did Ant say? Old nigga versus young nigga. Let's go.
yeah. And
Embiid saw him and said, old nigga versus young nigga, let's go. And he went straight at him when he put his shoulder in his chest repeatedly. I was like, I likes this. Like, and this is gonna make, as you know, out there, those out there that know me, as you know, Wemby, yes, I was gonna say Wemby had 33. He wasn't laying down, but he got laid down. It was like fighting. It's like fighting him off till you can't. I said first night in prison. He was screaming no, but eventually in the end, Embiid got what he wanted.
Yeah, and Wemby got 33, but if you're giving up so many points to Embiid, your 33 doesn't do anything. No one ever questioned, can Wemby score? Everybody knew he could score, but to make it in this league, you have to be able and to be touted as the future and one of the best players that is going to be in the NBA as Wemby is. You have to come in. You have to somewhat show promise or stop guys like Embiid, right? He can't come out and score 70 on you. That's just not acceptable. But the thing is
70.
It's 70. And it's like
exactly. I like what he said. He wasn't giving up no points. Hey, Embiid was the bucket warrior. He wanted it. He saw it. And he went and got it. You could
be 7'10", but if you are thin as a rail and don't have muscle, Embiid, Jokic, those guys are just going to dominate you. It's just what's going to happen, man.
And you know what, Sterling, you know this too, and this is what makes it beautiful. Basketball is a killer be killed sport. It's a sport where you can be singled out and a guy could just bust your ass in front of everybody. And so Embiid knows this. Embiid saw this, and Embiid said, well, if you the next motherfucker up, well, let's see what you got. And and then he gave Joker like 40, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a Joker. Me and you are a Joker guy. So like that was like, oh, killed her king. But it was beautiful. Like, because he's cold as shit. So I think that Embiid doing that, I think he's the first. Yeah, he's the first in the 76er scoring ranking, and I think Wilt had like 68. But that's
he beat Wilt.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. Joshua says, how do you stop him?
You can't.
You don't stop a guy like that. But he, in no way, shape, or form should a guy score 70 on you. You have to do something different.
and for those that don't know, Sterling is a hooper. So when he says that, I roll and laugh because I know what he means. Like, at some point, pride got to take over.
Nigga,
I got 6 fouls. I'm a foul out.
I'm tackling your big ass, nigga. Like, I'm doing some fucked up shit. You not finna score 70 on me. Nigga, his arms are like, his wingspan is like a 10-foot wingspan, nigga. Goaltend them motherfuckers. Do something. Do something,
man,
bro.
He's wavy, inflatable too, man, bro. He out there, and B was out there dunking on that nigga. He was
hey, listen, them niggas, hey, the Spurs should have went to fucking Africa and called one of them niggas from the air up there. Remember them old tall ass niggas talking about some Jimmy Dolan shake and bake. Go get them tall ass Africans with them rings and shit. Just put them in waves, nigga.
Hey, you need them. You need, because Joel, bro, that nigga from the Congo. And what did Chase Dollar say? Nah, you don't foul out and get 70.
Man,
hey, bro. Nah, I'm fouling out when a nigga got about 35. I'm
out.
Man.
Like, man.
You got about nigga, 35, I'm out. He's too good, coach.
I got a hand, nigga. I just pulled a hamstring. Something, nigga. Something hurts on me. I gotta take a nap. I gotta take a nap. I gotta take a break.
It's embarrassing. Joel is probably down to like, oh, nigga, you still competing. Like, Joel was probably looking at that nigga like, bro, you're still trying. All right, well, let me get some more buckets.
I mean, at what point, like when this nigga gets 40 points, okay, like he had what 20, 30 in the first half. when I want to know what Wemby was thinking when this nigga hit 40. Like
Sterling, he had 25 in the first quarter. Nigga, you want to wait 100? Get me out this bitch. I'm looking at the coach like, hey,
man,
are you tired? If a nigga got 25 on me in the first quarter, I'm doing this. Coach, you tired? No, nigga, but I'm tired of getting scored on. This is take me out. I'm feeling like Jalen Rose. Like, I bet you Wemby was in that bitch like, hey, we gonna double him?
Hey, nigga, call for help, nigga. I call for help. Call for help. Like Popovich is thinking. What's Pop thinking? Like this nigga Popovich. I mean, what David Robinson and Tim Duncan? Like, what are these niggas thinking, bro?
Pop not even in reality with us. He in 80. Pop amazed by Embiid. Like, oh shit, I wish I had a nigga like that. Nigga, bruh. He's killing your nigga. Pop don't give a fuck. Them checks is cashing. He probably give a fuck, but his brain is somewhere else because to sit there and let that young nigga get destroyed. Man, yeah, no. Okay, put that Chase Dollars up on the screen because I think Pop did have a little bit of that. That nigga Pop said, "Nah, son, you gotta live. You gotta live through this. You gotta breathe, nigga. Throw it down. Nigga. No, you got."
Hey man, you're right, Josh. Hey nigga, me and Pop fighting, nigga. Listen, Wemby so damn tall. Wemby could hit that nigga. Pop could be in the locker room and Wemby can still reach and hit that nigga from the court. Like smack the shit out of him.
That nigga Dalzeen. Yeah, that nigga with the yoga flame. That nigga Pop said save your energy though, because we got another big nigga. You gonna save your energy, son. You gonna need everything you got because I think we play them again.
Man, so well, shout out to Embiid. I mean, he's a unicorn. He's one of the few unicorns we have in the sport. 70 points against the Rook. You want to see. I mean, it's a good teaching moment for Wemby. Like he knows this offseason he's got to find a way to put on muscle mass, or he ain't gonna make it.
What's my niggas Quentin Q Richardson, the Knuckleheads podcast, where they say, what was the moment when you're welcome to the NBA moment? And nigga, that nigga can't never lie. Like when they ask Wemby in 10 years, they ask Wemby, what was your welcome to the NBA moment? Then they gonna look at us and say, y'all know. Y'all saw it.
Man.
Nigga did that shit on national TV.
Yeah. Hey, man. Just rough. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. Wemby still is a great prospect. He gonna do great things, but man, for the love of God, eat burgers this offseason.
Nigga,
do something.
No, drink protein. Stop reading books an hour before you go to bed and eat, nigga.
Yeah, trying to be Negro Domus and shit. Always trying to predict something.
Don't try to get your reading up, nigga. Get your eating up. You need some fried chicken or something, because that nigga Embiid said you're small. I'm big.
He in Texas, so like he should be able to do that.
No, he in San Antonio. That's the taco university.
Yeah, my nigga need to eat, man. He need to do something, bro.
Hey, Wemby, you do need to go to Grimaldi's, get you some pizza. You need to go over there in the north side of town. You need to go to Ricky's and get you some tacos. In fact, Wemby, you just need to go hang out at UTSA for about like 6 months, nigga. You'll get right. Don't trust them bitches though.
All right, so never trust them. All right, so Terry Rozier was traded to the Miami Heat. Scary Terry was traded to the Miami Heat. The Hornets say that they want to get more compensation and picks for the future. They finally come to the circus to where they want to build for the future, whatever that looks like. You got a piece in Melo, right, that you could build upon, and they had another high draft pick last year. Forgot the kid's name from Alabama.
Allen.
What's that nigga name?
Okay. Allen. Dallas in the chat. Help us out.
Yeah, what's that nigga name, man?
That nigga's like Alabama. A young nigga expert. Yeah, he's like a young nigga. When we blow up Sterling, that nigga gonna be our source. He gonna be pistol toting, gat toting, wildin' ass nigga. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Because Brandon Miller,
J-Rail.
Shout out to CPG Gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey,
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller. He's looked pretty good. He's
nice. You know what? I think that this is a team like Adrian Griffin. You need to go holler at them.
Yeah.
Because they got some young minds. You can go in there and you can control the situation because you don't have to worry about a nigga brother wanting to play. Well, I mean, You might actually, Griffin. You just stay away from the Hornets because you just stay away from NBA brothers.
Anywhere where there's a sibling.
Lamelo gonna be like, yo,
because Jello
need
trash.
a spot. Yeah, and they gonna be like, Jello, you couldn't even ask for Lonzo. Nah, Jello need a spot. But now I think that the Hornets are just in a situation now because they do suck, but they have a chance to get out of it. They need to get a coach. They have two really good pieces. They have a point guard. I believe in LaMelo Ball. I think LaMelo Ball is nice. Yeah. I do think that that Allen is nice. I think that you really, really should try the way to keep RTB. I know the bad shit has happened. I believe in 3 strikes. RTB is an all-star defender. I think he's an all-NBA defender. Has the potential to be one. I wish the Mavericks could go scoop him. Yeah, he's crazy and he likes to rap, and sometimes he loses his control and hits his homegirl or his girlfriend. It's not a good thing. He did it. But, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's learned his lesson. And if not, maybe you can win some games before he goes back to jail. Yes, I'm one of those type of coaches. But no, I think the Hornets, they do suck right now, but they just need to start their rebuilding process. But they got a shot, bro. It's not. They have talent, bro. They got talent around.
Whoa. You just lied. You just lied, nigga. You said they got a shot.
No, not this year. I'm saying they have no. Thank you for calling me out, because let me correct it. They have a shot because if they get a coach, they will have a shot to build a good team. I don't mean this year. It's over. LaMelo, get your stats. Like, everybody get your stats because it's over. But nah, it's after that. Like, if they were after this season, go get you a good coach. He's going to put LaMelo in his spot. He's going to put Miller. I said Allen. He's going to put Miller in his spot. They're going to be able to develop a team chemistry around that. But right now, it's a shit show, of course. But that's the way the NBA go. You're a shit show before you become the show.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I just feel like the Hornets, they're one of those teams like the Wizards that they just ain't gonna do shit. It's like you can have all the things, man, and they're gonna find a way to just fuck it up. So, on the Miami Heat side,
go ahead.
Shall we talk about these Negroes?
I want. What do you think about the trade? And like, damn, I just saw the comment about the Wizards. I do want to shit on them a little bit, but I'm not because I want the Mavericks to get Gafford and I want them to get Kuz, but we'll talk about that later. Now let's talk about the Miami side. What do you think about the trade and how it's going to help Miami? And you think Kyle Lowry's done?
Kyle Lowry's trash. Yeah, he done. But this is a move that says that Terry Rozier is everything that Victor Oladipo was supposed to be. This is what this move is, right? You get Terry Rozier who can play defense. He, even though he's small in stature, the nigga can lock up, right?
He can hoop.
He can hoop and he can get buckets too. So you put a guy like Terry Rozier who looked his best when he was with the Celtics. You put him in an organization like the Heat where everybody becomes the best version of themselves. Like we're talking about guys like Duncan Robinson from Michigan, who was a D3 player, played in Michigan a couple years, and they turned him into, just continually developed him, turned him into a sharpshooter. You got guys like Caleb Martin over there, who, these are guys that are in their program. Jaime Jaquez, RJ Hampton. These are young guys. These are young guys on this roster, and you can't not. You and I talked about this a week ago when we were talking about the Indiana Pacers and how well they're starting to develop their players. Well, the Miami Heat's the best in the business at this.
Facts.
They've extended the career of Kevin Love, right?
Facts.
And when that nigga, he ain't been shit since LeBron, but he is a core glue guy who just does the little things right, and that's because he's in a great organization.
I was gonna say, remember what we talked about when we were talking about college football? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. We were like, they turned 3 stars into 5 stars. Like Miami turns 3 stars into 5 stars. People that go to Miami, they either get it or get out. And I think it's a very, very good pickup. I think it's an underrated pickup. I think people are looking at this in the popularity contest lens and like, well, what's Terry Rozier gonna do? He's the type of guy that when the game's on the line, he not finna miss. I get that open 3, I'm gonna make it. Like, I'm a hooper. So I love the pickup for them. Lowry might be bought out. I'm reading some of the comments. He might be bought out. I think Lowry might be done. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know a team. I don't know if he wants to go to a team that's not finna win. And I can't name a team that is going to need him that's trying to win. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like
it's
a spot for him. He's really gonna only hoop if he really wants to. And I think at this point he's like, I think the spotlight's really on what can this Miami Heat team do with this team they've built.
I got a team for him if they do the buyout. Like he can go to the Clippers and be that second team rotation guy where the expectation is not great for him. Like he could just go in there and give them 15 minutes a game, right? Yeah. And lead the second unit.
That's actually doing. I think that's actually. But then again, I think that anybody that plays underneath Ty Lue is going to be a little bit successful. He's going to put you in the best position to do what you can.
Yeah, or the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Fuck Phoenix.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, I just thought fuck Phoenix.
No,
you know what night it is. Mavericks are playing Phoenix right now. You see the shot glass I'm using. Man,
even if Dallas wasn't playing the Suns, nigga, fuck the Suns.
You know what I'm saying?
But
even though we getting our ass beat right now, but then, you know what I'm saying?
You know, this is what happens with the Mavs this year, bro.
It's rough. It's rough.
Yeah, we ain't got no post presence, none
at all.
None.
Let's not even get into this. Let's not even get into it. Because I'll go off. Y'all thought I went off on the Cowboys. All right, I'm gonna calm down.
By the way, how many shots
you can get them? I'm sorry.
How many shots you done hit?
Oh, I got five.
Nigga, five.
Yeah, I do this. Ask around, man.
Man, you on 4, nigga.
I'm on 5. Believe me. I got the one when we first stepped in the show. I got the one when you thought I had one.
I don't know, man. I think we need to leave it up to the chat to say how many. The chat, let everybody know how many shots this man had. I'm counting 4. I don't know about 5, bro.
Chase Dollars. Y'all, you don't know me. Them niggas in the chat. Some of them niggas in the chat know me. Call me out because you know me. Hey, you know me. If it's 5, then it's 5. But if you need me to go 6, just ask. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm that nigga. So you could just say like, "Hey, you did 5, but we think that as a group you need to do 6." See, look, he said he only seen 3 matches.
My nigga said he only seen 3 of them things. Now.
Yeah, he's shiesty.
Hey.
Hold on.
Hey, that's another one for 3 now.
Hold up. But I'm on 5. So Matthew, I'm on 5. So when I'm on 5, this is number 6.
Hey,
that's number 6. Don't play with me because I do this. Now I will. Yeah, they know though. Them in the chat, they know though. No chaser. We here all day. The real no chaser. Get your juice on somewhere else. You know what I'm talking about? Now I want to see this though because I see Rail. You can post it up there. I just because we the podcast that's about the people watching. We will detour from what we talking about if y'all got something that y'all want to talk about.
This right here.
Yes, sir. So he said, Russ, y'all gonna talk about the NFL draft and how Drake May going to shit on these fools. Drake May ain't got no wheel spins, real. And if you know, because he know. But I will say this: I think that we're gonna talk more about the draft coming up. I don't think that Drake May is a bum, no. So when that comes up, because we got running backs tonight, Rail. You know what I'm saying? So hold up. All right, let me do this real quick, Sterling, because I got trap elegance. And so, and y'all don't know what that is. So, and Matt, you can go ahead and say, put it up here. He said, let me see the bottle. The bottle had a handle on it, so I don't got the bottle. So, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got trap elegance. I had to keep it iced. So, I put it in a water bottle. I had the nice Pyrex pot with the ice in it, you know what I'm saying? So I can make my vodka lock up. Hey, I would never lie to y'all. Y'all know how I get down. You know what I'm saying? So, it's in there. For real. In the trap. Drinking the vodka. Do it that way. And if and you know what I'm saying? Ask the people. Dollars? And Matt, that is it. Yes, it's a Pyrex, nigga. I got trap elegance, nigga. What are you talking about? You already know. You went to school with me. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They said, what'd you learn in college, Russ? Pussy and pounds, nigga. Let's go. All right, so all right. And as you can see, and those who know me, as you can see, as it gets more live, this shit I'm saying. Yes, that is not fucking water, nigga. And if it is water, it's the devil's piss. Let's get it. So, but go ahead before So, are we talking about Drake May right now? Well, that was the question: is Drake May gonna shit on these niggas? And see what you done, Rail. You don't know because you talking to two draftees. Like we like to look at this shit. So he did say they're gonna shit on him. So Sterling, I'll just ask you the question. Let's switch seats. Sterling, he asked Drake May, what you think about Drake May about to shit on these niggas? And do you think Drake May is about to shit on these niggas?
I like Drake May as a prospect. I mean, you're talking about a guy. You know, when you look at all the measurables, I mean, I think they look promising. You know, I have questions about Drake May, you know, playing in North Carolina. Like that offense to me, I felt like when you look at how it translates to the NFL, I have questions. Now, Drake May is a guy who can make all the throws. It's just consistency for me. And I think he needs to be more consistent, but he has a strong arm. He can manipulate the pocket. He's a guy that could throw off platform. You know, those are the things that you like to see in an NFL prospect. When you talk about guys like the Mahomes and the Allen and the Lamar Jackson, though, you know, he has those characteristics. I think it's really important, like I would say with any quarterback, where he gets drafted. I still think that Drake May is a top 5 quarterback. I would even venture to say that when you terms of like how much, you know, is he on the same level as the number 1 quarterback in this draft class in Caleb Williams?
You know what I say? Caleb better than all these niggas. It's the truth.
I think now, and hear me out when I say this. I think that Drake May is a safer option than Caleb Williams. Safer.
I understand. I understand. I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. You are right. No, you're right.
Now, but you know, if you're in a position to draft Caleb Williams, you have to, just on the potential alone, you have to take a flyer on that. But I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Y'all gonna get this draft. Like, yeah, for those that are watching right now, if you love draft coverage and people that cover prospects, me and Sterling hit on about 85% of the motherfuckers we tell y'all about. So tune in because we got y'all. We got running backs tonight too. So
yeah, I'm still kind of going through you know, watching the film and kind of putting things together. So my prep is not done. It's just gone into full effect. So
you know what, Sterling, this is our pre like prep stage, because you know me and you, we dive into different positions. Like you're like you go quarterbacks. I'm a wide receiver. Like I have not missed. If I tell you a wide receiver is gonna be nice, motherfucker, he gonna be nice. Like, and if Sterling tells you a quarterback's gonna be a bum, or a defensive player that plays like the secondary is gonna be a bum, he gonna be a bum. But we try to stay positive. You know what I'm saying? But the draft is coming. We got running backs tonight. Just quick top 5, but we got running backs tonight. But go ahead, Sterling. Let's keep it rolling.
So yeah. So I if that
shit, Sterling. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A question just popped up. Do you take Caleb if you got Fields? Put that on the screen because we got to talk about it, bro.
Okay.
We got to talk about it. Because let me hear your feelings first. What do you think? If you're the Bears,
it's been 3 years with Justin Fields. And if you haven't seen, I haven't seen enough with Justin Fields. I think it's not all his fault. I feel like he was drafted to a team that's been shitty, and they didn't have the infrastructure to develop a quarterback. So I really don't see Justin Fields being much better now than when he was drafted. The development has not been there. That's not all on him. The best bet for Justin Fields is to go to a team where they can fucking coach up a quarterback. So like you think of guys like if he went to the Broncos and hung out with Sean Payton, if he went to, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes, it's in a crazy world. Like he needs to be in a situation where they are all about him and they can develop him. They don't have to rush, but they can strip him down and build him back up. So right now, hell yeah, I take Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams and Justin Fields were in the same draft, Caleb Williams is head and shoulders above Justin Fields all day, every day.
Thank you. So here's what I'll say.
Hope that answers your question.
And so yes, and so the answer is The answer is not an answer of talent, dollars. The answer is, do you want to build your team around Justin Fields a la Hurts, or do you want to have a talent that looks like the mixture of Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes? So it's like, which one do you want? You know what I'm saying? So if you want to build with that, then you go build with that. But if not, then you need to build your complete offense and everything around Justin Fields and what he does well. And that's that's one of them things that's like, do you want to do that or do you want to get the guy? Because like I said, this guy is a mixture of if Lamar Jackson was mixed with Pat Mahomes, because he not only can pass the ball for 80 yards on a dime for a touchdown, but he can also run it for 50 and get there and shake a couple people on the way. So it depends on what you want to do and what you want to work on. Me personally, if it was me and I was the Bears, I would call Atlanta and I would say, hey, look, I'm going to need some talent. You can get Fields. I need some picks and I need Kyle Pitts because y'all for sure the fuck ain't using them. And I'm going to go get Kyle Pitts. I'm going to get some picks. I'm going to trade them Justin Fields. They can get Bill Belichick and whatever else they want. And I'm going to go draft Caleb, and I'm going to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, Caleb is a talent. Caleb's talent is so great that the only thing that's going to stop him is him and his attitude and how he feels about the game and what he wants to do. And when you have a player like that you know that the only thing stopping him is him, you pick him. You take the L if it's the L, because nobody's going to stop this guy. He's got the throwing power of a Mahomes. He's got the releases of Rodgers. He's got the intangibles and the speed to get open like Hurts did. He doesn't have the speed like Lamar, but when I say Lamar, I mean he's the type of guy that can hut. Oh my God, he just ran for 40 yards in a touchdown.
Right. All right, so
I'm not speaking to the existence. It's just some shit that could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all right. So, are you ready for my
number seven?
You ready for my top 5 running backs?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll be sure to go as we get later in the draft season. I'll do a full breakdown of all these prospects that we're going to talk about, because we go by position. We do a top 5 at every position,
top 5 breakdown,
and really break it down. But here are my top 5 running backs.
My bad. Before you get the top 5 running, Sterling, we need to go back and dig up tape, because we have hit on all these niggas. Like, between me and you, we have hit on all of there's not been a top 5 that we have made where this guy is not a perennial Pro Bowler or maybe an All-Pro already, and you can already tell he's a shining example for his team. But go ahead, let's do running backs. Kick it off.
Yeah. So let's start on these running backs. This is what I have. So let me kind of tell you guys about my process. So those of you who are, if you're new to the show, this is like my thing. I'm a big NFL draft guy. I've been to the Senior Bowl. I have NFL connections where I talk to scouts, I talk to people, and I watch a lot of tape and film. I mean, this is like what I really love to do. So I'm not always right about these things, but Russ knows the amount of time that I actually put into this is fucking staggering. So I feel like I have liberty to talk about this stuff. So my 5th running back, I would say, is Audric Estime from Notre Dame. Now, he's a 227-pound running back. He's your typical ground and pound running back. He's a one cut, get downhill kind of guy. He doesn't have breakaway speed, but he has enough speed to where, if he gets to the second level, he may not outrun everybody, but he gonna get some yards. I like what he was able to do at Notre Dame, who runs a pro style system. So I always tell people that running back is the easiest position to translate to the NFL. So I think he's a solid back. If you're looking for where he should be drafted, I think he's a day 3. He's a day 3 guy. So he's gonna go between I think he's a fourth round kind of guy. Now there's other guys like you know who popular names like Will Shipley. I have him a little bit further down on my list. Dylan Johnson's a little bit further down on my list, but so Audric Estime, he's probably going to run like a 4.5, 4.4 speed wise in the combine. That's just my estimation. So he's number 5. Number 4, I would say, look no further than Oregon's Bucky Irving.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say this. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you because I was gonna let the people know.
No, you're good.
In order to keep this streamlined, I am just going to agree or disagree with Sterling with his ranking because a lot of times me and him are like on point. So with that first one, number 5, I agree. Hit him with the Bucky.
Yeah. So Bucky Irving is my number 4 guy this year. Now, he's only 195 pounds. But what he's able to do, he's one of those guys, if you put him in a phone booth, like you're gonna have a hard time touching him. He's just really elusive. He can evade tackles. He's one of those guys where when he gets in the mud, you know, when he's like at the line of scrimmage, he can make himself skinny to fit through holes, even though he's a smaller back. He's about 5'10. But he plays an explosive brand of football. He can also catch the ball in the backfield, which I think is really important. But I have questions with a 195-pound frame. He you know, if he could put some muscle mass on in the NFL, that'd be great. You know, but he's definitely your running back by committee guy. He's not. I
want to say. Shout out to Rail and Chase Dollars. Bucky seemed more a little bit of a gadget guy. So shout out to Chase Dollars because yes, I think that is true, and I think that he is a gadget guy. But I think he's a guy that if you put him in the right system, he will cause hell for defenses. But shout out to the viewership for knowing some fucking football. And J Rail, you said facts, so we think you agree. So you know it too. Go ahead, Sterling. Give me your number 3.
All right, so at number 3, I got my guy Blake Corum here. Notice I didn't have him at number 1. I think there are 2 backs that are better than him in this.
Thank you. I appreciate. Oh, you know what? I just have to interrupt. I'm sorry, but y'all know I do interrupt sometimes with Sterling. You fuck with me, Sterling. Thank you for not showing supreme bias and putting him number 3. But go.
Oh
ahead.
Yeah, you know, I mean, as much as I love my Wolverines,
he's a Michigan fan, people.
When it comes to the draft, I keep it a buck. I really do. So what makes Blake Corum special? He's probably one of the smaller backs. He's probably the smallest back that you're going to see drafted this year. He's only going to come in at 5'8". But he has a rare combination of short area quickness. He has power. So like when you look at Bucky Irving, he's 195. Blake Corum's going to come in at like 213, 215. But like when you look at his frame, he has a lot of muscle packed on that frame. People say he's going to run like a 4.38. Now, when he was in high school, he ran like he was in the 4.3s. I don't think he's going to run in the 4.3s. I think he's going to be in the 4.4 range. I think that 4.38 that was allegedly talked about, I don't think that's like what you see on film. He may get that in a straight line speed, and when they teach these guys how to run the 40, but when you turn on the game film, you definitely see a guy that runs a 4.4 all the way, 4.4, 4.5. Blake Corum, what he's able to do, he played in the pro style offense. He's going to give you great ability to pass block. If you want to see a young rookie running backs get on the field in the NFL, you got to be able to pass block. He does that really well. He's a guy that has a lot of miles on his tires because at Michigan, they even though they have a multiple back system, he gets a lot of carries. So he's had some injuries the past few years that kind of took him out for a little bit. But you're talking about a guy that has game breaking ability, who's smart. He has really good vision. He knows how to set up his blocks and set up defenders at the second level. And what you're going to get from him, he's a really good leader. I mean, you talk to guys around the program, and they only say good things about Blake Corum. So I have him as a day 2 guy. He's going to get drafted probably in the 3rd round, probably mid 3rd round, and maybe 4th round. So he could become a day 3 guy, but I think he's a day 2 guy. I think he gets drafted in the 3rd round, so he's number 3. Now here's the top 2 backs in this draft class, and in my
Let's
opinion,
go.
it's not even close. Trey Benson, Florida State. He's a bigger back. He's 6'1", 223. But this man, you know, you want to talk about 4.3 speed. Trey Benson is a blazer. He's got it. He's explosive. He is definitely a RB1 at the next level. He's twitchy. He's a smart, cerebral player. When you talk about like what a player is able to do in the mud by the line of scrimmage, like he does not hesitate to get upfield. And once he gets to the second level, he's smart enough where he takes really, really good angles to evade defenders. Now, at 6'1" and 223 pounds, he can also lower his shoulder and take contact. So Trey Benson is a really good prospect. He is definitely RB1 level. I think he's a special running back.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
no,
solid.
No, I was just saying, like, I'm letting you talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold up. Dollars, we fuck with you. Tune in every week. You already know. Hey, I'm gonna let you know, Sterling. Dollars, that's my homie. Like more than 15 years, but that's my homie, and he's a running back. Like how I am with receivers. He's like that with running backs. He sent me pictures and like videos of Joe Mixon when he was in like sophomore in high school, and was like, "Yo, fuck Oklahoma, but they getting one." And now he's, but like nah. So like to hear him say, "Man, Sterling, you on it?" Lets me know and lets you know real football fans are fucking with it. Let's get to the number one, because I have one guy that you haven't mentioned yet, and I'm gonna wait for you to finish. But what's your number one?
Okay, so my number one is gonna surprise a few people, but I gotta go Jonathan Brooks, Texas. He is your prototypical workhorse kind of back RB1. He doesn't wow you with his speed, but there's a difference. Like when we looked at like Devin Hester in college, like he doesn't have like all this great speed, but there's something called play speed, and the way he plays the game is he has really good speed that's not going to show up on a 40 time. You know what I'm saying? Like there are guys who have fast 40 times, but when you look, like that's not 4.2 speed or that's not 4.3 speed. Like Jonathan Brooks is gonna have he ain't gonna wow you with this 40 time, but when you turn on the tape, he's gonna give you like you're gonna see a back that has some get up. When you look at,
I hate you, but I it's a rivalry, as you can see.
Hey,
but
he's a guy that
he's nice. No, he's nice.
He's
nice though.
He's a guy that could break tackles. So he when we talk about running backs in the draft community, one of the things that you want to talk about is contact balance. This is a guy that has good vision and contact balance. I think those are like some of the core attributes of really good running backs. I have him going like late second round. You know what I'm saying? Both these guys. So, second, third round draft picks. We don't have any first round draft running backs this year. He is I feel like he's a B plus pass blocking running back, and he has good hands. He has good serviceable hands. He's a guy that he for 2 years in a row, even with Bijan Robinson, this is a guy who can also catch the ball out of the backfield and run routes. So I think that's really needed at the next level with these running backs coming out. So, I give him, watch it. I watched 4 games so far of the Texas Longhorns and watching this player. And I did watch some last year because I watched a lot of Bijan Robinson tape. So I think when you compare him at the next level, like who are some running backs that you can look at and go, okay, he has a game that resembles him, not saying that he is them, but resembles him. There's a couple guys that I look at, and they're kind of polarizing. I would say James Cook, Buffalo Bills. And I would say Javonte Williams. He has like the power of a Javonte Williams. Okay. And then I would throw in Bijan too. When you're in that close proximity, they kind of had very similar roles at the University of Texas. But he's versatile, man. The guy can do punt returner, kick returner. He's has a diverse skill set.
Oh,
Huh?
my bad. Put that comment up from JRail03.
Right here.
JRail03. I 100% agree with you, but Ollie Gordon is a sophomore. That motherfucker is cold. Oklahoma State's running back is fucking ridiculous. You're right, J-Rail, that he's up there, but he's only a sophomore. So that lets us know that, like, he's next level. So I just wanted to put that out there. But I agree with what you're saying. Brooks is dope.
If Ollie Gordon if he was draft eligible, he would be my RB1. You have to look at Deshaun Jenkins, who stayed another year and transferred to Ohio State. I think TreVeyon Henderson will be.
Thank you.
TreVeyon Henderson right now is the best back in college football for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, if TreVeyon Henderson can't come out, he would be the number one back.
Can I give you another one?
Sure.
Just another one. And this is one that I look at and I like the way he plays. I think Donovan Edwards from Michigan is going to be a better pro back than all of these guys.
He's
built
man.
for the program. I just,
I
you
like Donovan Edwards. I do. But here's some things about Donovan Edwards that I have questions about.
Okay.
I think vision is one. I think his injury history is another. For a guy who was in spot duty as a running back behind Blake Corum, I just felt like he always had nagging injuries. I want to see what it looks like next year at Michigan. If he could turn into, now we know he's a game-breaking back. There's no question about that. Like he shows up in the biggest moments.
Staying? He's staying?
He's staying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, if he's staying, fuck it. Then I'll wait. He'll be a top running back next year. So
we'll see.
Whatever.
I think he's probably right now. I
like him
next
though.
year.
He's
probably I have him as like my sixth best running back right now for next year. Now we'll see how all that changes, but even with Michigan's great offensive line, I felt like he should have done more this year. But he's also a guy, he's probably going to be one of your more versatile backs to come out, just because like you could put him as slot receiver and he runs routes like a wide receiver. Like he's one of those guys, super talented. Yeah. It's a guy that you're going to want in your locker room. I mean, I'm a big fan of Donovan Edwards. I just want to see what it looks like in a feature role.
To me, he's the next level back. I think he's what the NFL is looking for in running backs. In college, he'll do what he's do, but I think he's, you know what I'm saying? But he's not coming out. I thought he was coming out, but that's my bad. But all right, now on to the next.
So no, that's it. That's all we got for this week in terms of running backs. We'll do some more. We'll do some more positions as we go along. Kind of give you just a quick like overview of some of these positions. So that's the running back class. But I mean, I love talking draft, man. That's my shit.
Always.
For sure. All right. So with that being said, I guess we'll finish the show here. We'll talk some NFL. Jim Harbaugh. I mean, it's a bittersweet day for me and Michigan fans. Jim Harbaugh is going back to the NFL. He took the job with the Los Angeles Chargers today, leaving a massive void and hole at Michigan. But it was one of those moves that we all kind of expected. What more did he have to prove in Michigan? When you won a championship, you did everything you said you were going to do to bring Michigan back to prominence, and he did that. Michigan is sitting on top of the college football world right now. Now it's going to be short-lived because we're going to see what they do in the next week, I guess. But we'll see. But Jim Harbaugh, he is already, I would say he's probably a top 5 NFL coach already. This is a guy who has won everywhere he's gone. He's done it with the 49ers, going to a Super Bowl, losing to his brother. And a lot of people say had the lights not turn off, they probably would have won that game. So Jim Harbaugh is the top 5 coach at the NFL level. And what he's going to do with Justin Herbert, he's going to bring a calming presence to the Chargers. We know the Chargers kind of work in dysfunction, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's going to bring this proven winners mentality. I think the Chargers need. I think Justin Herbert needs. These guys are gonna be laser focused. So, it's great. Now
thank you
you
for
look
saying
at
that
the
word.
Chargers. Yeah, what's
I
that?
was just saying, thank you for saying that word. Focus. Jim
Yeah,
Harbaugh brings focus.
he does.
And that's the most important thing in sports is focus. Can you focus on your objective? Can you focus on your job? And can you get it done? And I think that's the main thing that the Chargers need. And that's beware.
Yeah, you look at who Jim Harbaugh has coached in the NFL. You look at Alex Smith. When Jim Harbaugh got Alex Smith in San Francisco, everybody thought Alex Smith was a bust. He turned Alex Smith into a really good quarterback. Kaepernick, second round pick. We just thought this is a lanky ass kid with athleticism. Harbaugh turned him into a quarterback that went to the Super Bowl. Was competitive. He was talked about as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. For a few years, and so Jim Harbaugh was able to do that. Kudos to Jim Harbaugh. I can't wait to see what Herbert turns into. Most people think Herbert's a good quarterback. I think he's going to take him to another level, and I think it's going to give the Chiefs a little run for their money now. Now you got a proven head coach. They got a GM. And the whole idea was that Harbaugh wanted more control of personnel moves and stuff like that. They're going to give that to him. So the benefit is this: Harbaugh, because he's been a college coach for 9 years at Michigan, he knows like all these prospects. He's recruited a lot of these guys. Mm-hmm. He's in the college football landscape. He has connections there. So he's gonna. We expect the Chargers to have a pretty good draft class. They got capital. So we'll see. We just need more competition in the AFC West because the fucking Chiefs just run amok and they, win every fucking year. But whatever.
And Russell Wilson may be going to the Raiders, but we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll see. Russell might be on the move, but shout out to Jim Harbaugh. Shout out to the Chargers for taking a shot. That's the best, in my opinion. That was the best head coach available on the market, and they got him. So
yeah.
The Buffalo Bills, bro. The fucking Bills.
Go ahead.
The Buffalo Bills, they lost to the Chiefs, and I don't have a lot to say about the Bills right now. I just think that a lot of things manifested itself. And I there's a take that I wanted to tell you, and I want your opinion on this. Stephon Diggs is no longer a number one wide receiver. He is Adam Thielen. He's Adam Thielen.
Can I say this though?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say I don't think that, but I do think with the magnitude of the game and the drop that he had, it makes it worse. But at the same time, you had other parts in the game where Josh could have found him. I think that it's just one of those situations where people just failed. I don't think he's Adam Thielen. I think he's Stephon Diggs. I think he's a good wide receiver, and I think he is a piece that you can have on a championship team. But I do think, I'm not gonna make an excuse, but not having Gabe Davis hurts. You know what I'm saying? And Josh Allen missing him on some throws, and when you have that dynamic and it doesn't always click with the wide receiver and the quarterback, I'm not going to put it on him, but I will say that
I am.
You have the right as a Buffalo Bills fan to be, and as a football fan to be like, catch the fucking ball. Because when you tell people that you want to make plays, and when you tell people that you want to be that guy that gets the ball thrown to him, you kind of got to make those catches.
Russ, I got a stat for you.
You got to make those catches.
In the 4 elimination games that the Bills have been in, okay? These are games. These are games that the Bills lost in the playoffs.
Okay.
One time out of those 4 trips, Diggs has had over 70 yards receiving. One time. Every other time, it's 40 yards or less. And this is 4 years in a row. Okay. Diggs is a really good receiver. Okay. And you could say, well, teams that figure out a way to take him away, to bracket him and so forth. But when, watching this year, watching all 22, and there's no excuses, injuries, blah, blah, blah. Diggs has to do a better job from here on out. He's just not as explosive and crisp on routes and the mental aspect of the game, being in the right position. Like when you talk about the game against the Chiefs this past weekend, first play, he gets the ball, he fumbles. That shit can't happen.
That is true. Yeah, that's
you
true.
throw Josh Allen, and I'm not. Josh Allen played his ass off. Josh Allen does this every fucking year in the playoffs, where he plays his ass off, and all Diggs needs to do is show up. He needs to show up and produce. I get L'Jarius Sneed is a good corner, but let's not talk about he's Revis Island. Like Diggs,
he's not.
You can work this nigga all day. Like L'Jarius Sneed is good, but he ain't that good. So when Josh Allen throws a fucking 70-yard bomb to you, bro, you gotta catch that shit.
I think that's the overwhelming like thing here, because when it comes to sports and it comes to clutch moments, it comes to being the best, you make that catch,
bro.
Like
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
If Jamar Chase was in that position, does he catch the ball?
I think we will say any of the top 5 receivers in that. If you're that guy,
CeeDee Lamb, he's coming down with that bitch, and he's probably going to score a touchdown. Let's be real.
CeeDee, no, okay, without jokes, yes, because you know what I'm saying? Down, I want to say, but Dak might throw it to the safety. But
Justin Jefferson, is Justin Jefferson coming down with that ball? Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Him, Chase. You know what I'm saying? Even some guy like Tyreek Hill.
But I think Cooper Kupp is coming down with that bitch.
Now Cooper Kupp cold in the bitch though. So like,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree with the not having Gabriel Davis hurt them a lot. Not having Gabriel Davis a lot hurt them because Diggs loved doing drags and mid routes, and Sneed only came up with 1 TD. And I want to say that too, because at the same time, like, the drag route missed on Diggs where Josh could have got the first down.
Okay,
bad.
But let me tell you something. Can I tell you something? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is and I hate this because people who don't understand football will tell you this. Okay, we'll point out that drag route. First of all, it was they had 9 yards to go. Diggs is on a shallow drag, which he's only 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. Okay. Khalil, the play design. So Diggs, when you talk about these plays, like Diggs was like the 4th option on that play. That drag route was like a safety. Like if all else fails, Diggs over the middle on the drag.
Yeah.
The progression says Shakir was first. Okay. That play was designed. They broke the cover 2. So it wasn't a cover 2. It was a cover 2 man is what it was. And the cover 2, right? Middle of the field is open. So Khalil, they designed a play where Khalil Shakir had a post. It was open. The problem why the play didn't get completed, it was Josh Allen's fault to an extent, because he should have manipulated the pocket enough.
Yeah.
He should have swayed to the right. He should have recognized the pressure. He did not. Chris Jones, being a great defensive end that he is, pushed Deion Dawkins straight into Josh, throw him off platform, and it's short. So part of it's on Josh, but like that was a great play call.
No, and I feel you, because Josh should have made the throw. But at what point do you look at him and say we should be going to our best players? Best players win, lose, or draw every time.
I love that. Here's why.
Okay.
Diggs has not shown the consistency of being who we know him to be. He's been dropping passes. He's been running lazy routes at times and so forth. People want to say, well, I think he's injured, this and that. But Kincaid and Khalil Shakir over the last 6 weeks have more receiving yards than Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, in terms of targets, has double the amount of targets than both those players do.
I think that, but I also think that comes with the fact that you have Diggs as the guy that you need to stop. And so these guys are really talented around him, and they should do that. I'm not trying to absolve Diggs of any type of fault, because me personally, I believe if you're a receiver, you're kind of in the same realm. Let me say this correctly. You have the same responsibilities as a kicker does. As it goes, yes, you play every play, and I'm not degrading that, but when it's time for you to shine, you have to make the catch. There's no like, oh, and I believe that catches are like jump shots, and it's true. Like you got to get a lot of them. Like I believe if Diggs would have had 3 or 4 catches thrown at him before that, he would have made that catch. But catches are like jump shots. You got to get a rhythm. But even though that is being said, as a receiver, with a guy that's asking for the ball, when it comes time when the ball's thrown to you, no excuse. You've got to catch it. So I can't like disagree with anything you said on that part. I think that in when you go into that game, me personally, when you go into that game, I would look at that game like, hey Josh, hey Diggs, y'all kill these motherfuckers until they put somebody else on you. Like we're gonna make them switch it up. We're not gonna decoy. We're not gonna do anything else. We're gonna go directly at them with our 2 best offensive players and the run game. And you know what I'm saying? And I think that would have been the best way to do it. I think too many NFL teams try to outthink the other side. And I think you should just attack teams with your best players until they stop them, because you never know. If they do it that way, Diggs might already have 100-something yards before they even get to that point. And but you're right though. It's football. When it comes time to make a play, you gotta make a play.
You gotta make a play, man.
You gotta make it. And the way that Josh threw that ball, I can't. That was in the pocket, in the breadbasket. As one of my homies always says, when receivers drop the ball, he says, "Catch the fucking ball." Like that's what you gotta do. But it didn't happen for him. But I understand why someone like Diggs would be upset, because he's like, if I had more opportunities, that wouldn't have mattered. But you got to catch it because it's playoffs.
Well, I mean, he's had again, like he gets his targets. He gets his 8 to 10 targets a game. You got to make the most of it. You know, there was a time you even tweeted about this earlier when Calvin Johnson was catching over niggas with 3 niggas on him. That's a real receiver. That's a number one.
We can argue
generational receiver. You know, you see what I'm saying?
You say generational. I'm gonna say this. We can argue this. Y'all can hit me on any type of chats or anything you want to. Calvin Johnson, the best motherfucking receiver I've ever seen in my life. But go ahead.
Me too.
I'm
you know, so yeah, like there's receivers in the league right now that makes that catch. You talk about the two catches or non-catches that Trent Sherfield was thrown to him. The one where he dove and missed that one, and then he had one where he showed no ball skills, no ability to separate or you know, catch a ball, you know, at the highest catch point. Like Gabe catches one of those balls, right? So the Bills did miss Gabe Davis. I don't want them to resign him. I think a team's going to overpay for him, but yeah, it's wash, rinse, repeat with the Bills. You know, they lose to the Chiefs again. I'm fucking tired of it, and I hope that they really go draft 2 or 3 wide receivers. I want them to go get Xavier Worthy or Franklin or you know Xavier Leggett. Like, go get one of those guys, right? Because the Bills they have to put more weapons around Josh Allen, because the AFC is much better. You know, you got Harbaugh in the league now with Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow when he's healthy. Like, you have to outscore. You have to outscore everybody. If you want to get to the AFC Championship game and go to the Super Bowl, you just have to outscore everybody. You fuck the defense. You know, you're gonna have to. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed. Bills lost. So before we get out of here, though, give me your thoughts on the Chiefs and the Ravens going into this game. Where are you at on this? You want the Ravens to win, or you want the Chiefs to win?
Well, you know I'm a Lamar Jackson guy, so I got my guy. I think that this year, with the way that the Ravens are playing defense, I get the whole Lamar's got weapons and everything like that, and I think that will matter a whole lot. Snead can't guard everybody.
Right.
Chris Jones, you got to get you like playing against Lamar Jackson is different than everybody else. As we saw with Houston, he's able to break through, you know, make different plays for his team. But I think that really looking at the offensive side of the ball for the Chiefs, watching Roquan Smith play football right now is a throwback.
Yeah.
It is lovely. And I'm a person that likes to watch the defensive side of the ball. I love my receivers. I love explosive plays, but I love watching the defensive side of the ball. And you know this, Sterling. Hamilton was my guy coming out of college, and I
He's
like
really
Roquan
good.
Smith with Hamilton, Roquan Smith. This defense is fucking crazy. Um, I got the Ravens just because I think they got the guy that's not gonna fuck it up. I mean, the Chiefs do too, but I just think it's just their time. Now that I say that, you know what I always say. Now that I say that, watch them niggas lose. But I got the Ravens. I really think that they have what it takes. I think they got a complete. They have like the most complete team out of any team in the NFL, and I think they're getting Mark Andrews back.
Yeah, they are.
So it's yeah, and so it's like you got Mark Andrews, you got Likely, which we talked about Likely when he was coming out. So yeah, both of them. The offense can do whatever you want to do. Do you need us to run the ball and play a boring game? We got that. Do you need us to be explosive? We got that. Do you need gadget plays? We got that. We got Odell Beckham. We got Flowers. We got Bateman, who's becoming a possession receiver better than most that we've seen in the league. He's like doing his Anquan Bolden for real, for real. So like I did that team is just complete. It's a very good football team. I trust them. Pat Mahomes, last week when I said it, and I was like, man, if Pat Mahomes does this, man, and I said that against the Bills because even you know this as a fan, y'all had that little brother in you. And so and I know it sucks, but y'all had that little brother in
Yeah.
you.
No, it's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And
It's true.
it's like they can get you. But I look at the Ravens and look at Lamar, and I'm like, Lamar is looking at him like, nah, I'm bringing my troops to battles, bro, and I can beat you if my team is good enough.
Yeah.
We gonna see a battle. I do think the Ravens are gonna come out on top because I think that the Ravens just have too much right now. They're
Okay.
just that team right now, and so I'm siding with the Ravens, but we gonna see because Pat Mahomes is not playing. His nigga side
Yeah.
playing. I'm
I
sorry, I
think
shouldn't have
I
said that.
think the I think the Chiefs are going to get exposed. I think and rightfully so. The Chiefs did everything they could to take advantage of the Bills' injuries on defense, and they did
Mm-hmm.
that. But like you mentioned, Roquan Smith and them boys, it's another ball game. It's another story. They're not going to let
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey get loose like the Bills did. They got guys that can cover, linebackers that can cover. They got
Yeah,
safeties that where they can mix and match coverages.
yeah.
Unlike the Bills, who have two old safeties. Now I do have questions about the Ravens at cornerback. They're not
Mm-hmm.
solid at cornerback this year, but they have a defensive line. You look at guys like Michael Pierce and those boys. They're
Yep,
gonna,
yep.
and Joe Tooney is not gonna be able to play this weekend, so he's got like a pec injury or something like that. So I think that's gonna help. That's gonna help the Ravens defense a lot.
Yeah.
And then when you look on the offense side of the ball, I mean, Zay Flowers. Who's going to cover Zay Flowers? I mean, Jerry Sneed is good. He's a really good cornerback, but I feel like the way they use Zay Flowers, I just think it's going to be a mismatch.
You
And on
you
top of that,
can't.
Mark Andrews.
I was gonna say you can't put. They're in a bad position because you can't put your best corner on the Ravens' best receiver because this is Odell Beckham's playground. This is this type of
Yeah,
player's playground. Like I'm not what I quote unquote used to be, but I'm here for the playoffs and I'm
yep,
here
yep,
for this. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all go ahead, guard Zay Flowers and watch me get 150 yards
yeah.
receiving and a couple touchdowns.
It's
You know what
what
I'm
it's
saying? And
what
so
Gabe
I think,
Davis was supposed to do in that game had he
yeah,
played.
yeah, and I think the Ravens are just really complete, really ready, and I don't know. I just I don't know if Pat Mahomes is going to be able to wheel his receivers to make catches like they did last game because, like you said, y'all
Yeah,
had a lot of injuries. The Ravens do not. They're coming out there with that defense, and it's going to be ferocious. So it's going to be
yeah.
interesting to see if Pat Mahomes wins this game. He's the fucking GOAT. I don't care.
Well, he
He's the
already
GOAT.
is.
He no, but I mean this really means it because there is no reason why the Kansas City Chiefs
Oh
should win
man,
this game except for the fact that they have Pat Mahomes. That's the only reason why. It's the
it's ridiculous.
if you Travis you have Travis Kelsey, but we got Hamilton, we got Roquan, and we got a
Yeah,
defense that's hungry. We got
Patrick Queen
Humphreys,
is really
Patrick
good.
Queen, bro. Like, there's no reason unless Patty is just that guy and is able to find all of his targets before they can get to him and move his team down the field and get touchdowns. But I don't see it right now. I think that this is one of those. Lamar is also that guy. He's got the team this year, and I'm rooting for him. Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I know I'm a Lamar guy. But yeah, like he's in it, and I think Lamar realizes this is his chance, and they're gonna come with it. I got the Ravens, but it's gonna be a battle. I do think if the Ravens blow these guys out, Super Bowl be ready because San Francisco or Detroit, y'all might get smashed.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's it would be nice if the Ravens won the Super Bowl. I really don't care to see the 49ers in it. I would like to see the Ravens and the Lions play.
Facts.
Ravens
and Lions
be a good game. They're like tough defensive teams, but the Ravens will beat them by a couple touchdowns, I believe. I mean, Jared Goff, come on, like nah.
No, I'm not gonna hate on him because he's improving everything wrong. So I'm gonna say
Jared
Goff. Golf, do your thing, and if you don't do your thing, it's gonna be golful. But no, Ravens, I fuck with you. Ravens versus Lions, The Wire versus BMF, and let's get it.
All right. So that's gonna conclude the show for tonight. We'll be back here next week for more NFL draft talk. We will wrap up the championship games and talk about who's gonna win the Super Bowl. We'll talk about I'm sure there'll be some leading storylines for next week and other sports as well. But as we pivot along, eventually we'll start talking about college basketball.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of early. But
I do want to talk about.
I do want to talk about my boy Dillingham at Kentucky, though.
You got a Kentucky fan with Chase Dollars with you.
Boy,
I will say this: as everybody knows,
Dillingham is cold.
As February comes, we start talking college basketball.
Yeah,
I'm a Kansas Big 12 OU type guy, but we're gonna get into that. As always, you already know, man. Sterling, tell them what it is on the way out. It's the Hesi Podcast.
It's the Hesi Podcast, man.
I took all 7.
You did.
Plus Texas, and we here for the rollout. Tell them what's up.
Hey man, y'all be good, live in peace, man. We out of here. We'll see you next week.
तेरी यादों का तेरी याद में निहा 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 तेरी